Welcome back to Keystone Hobbies. If you like our content, please feel free to help support us on patreon.com/Keystone Hobbies. Discord link will be in the description. We have 3 patrons, Nate, Trinity, and Hannah. Thank you guys for the support. I'm John.
I'm Greg.
Taylor.
Wonderful.
Yep.
I was here right up until we started recording.
Yeah, last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have went perfect. We would have had an odd number, which meant one person would read the script, the other
Would have
two.
been perfect. Yeah, it would have been great.
It would have been perfect. But I decided to leave.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Help
That's
Greg
right.
set up the studio a little bit.
And I still helped your old lady get you a card for Father's Day.
I know, because I came in and helped.
Fuck me for being so nice.
Greg, when I think of charitable, nice people, your face shows up in my mind as the description.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know. It's really fucking opposite day.
It must be.
So imagine the people listening that don't know me, but they know me as he says a lot of crazy shit. And then they hear that.
Maybe.
Now they're all conflicted.
No, they're really confused. As am I, who's known Greg for like a decade and a half. But
So yeah, I wasn't on last week's episode because I was on vacation.
That's awesome. Where'd you go?
Went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
It sounds lovely. Sounds way better in here.
It was pretty awesome. Yeah, we stay at one of those hotels that it's nice enough to like lay your head down. Like there aren't any bugs or anything, but like the TV's like made from the fucking early 2000s, so it's like not the best picture quality. They have like basic ass cable. Basically the kind of room you get when you don't plan or want to spend a lot of time in the room.
Right. That's the whole idea of going on vacation.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to just waste your fucking vacation watching TV and shit. So, but we were maybe 50 feet from the beach. So that part was really fucking nice.
Beach house, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It was sweet. It was a big hotel, or motel. Yeah. Motel or hotel?
Motels are like one level, basically. Hotels go.
Yeah, it was a hotel. But there was a gunshot on Saturday night.
Down Myrtle Beach.
Yeah,
Wolf.
like 3 a.m. And my aunt's like sending a frantic message in the group chat like, "Hey guys, get in your bathtubs. They're shooting out there."
Thinks that's gonna stop a bullet.
Well, she does.
It's a nice thought.
Well, I mean, if you have, the pane of glass in your window, I guess, and then like the wall and then your tub, maybe.
You know what you have to do? You have to fill the tub up with water and sit in there. The bullet can't go that far through water.
That's fair.
That must be what you have to do.
Maybe.
It's like the opposite of when a storm happens and you get in your bathtub. It's like the complete opposite.
But
How many people did you have go?
We had a couple family members, myself, my brother, and his fiance, and my wife, of course.
Of course.
And it was a good time. We went to Ripley's, went to the aquarium, shared some pictures in the Discord under the pets section.
Okay.
We the one day we were driving, Laura's looking out the side of the window, and we have this rule, right? When one person's driving, the other person's the rubberneck, right? Like, I need to focus on the road, I'm going, but it's your job in that time that I'm driving by to take a mental snapshot of whatever the fuck was happening there. There's a fire truck, there's an ambulance, and there's a police car. Mm-hmm. So you knew it had to be fucking juicy. So cruised by there, and Laura says, "There's an ass!"
An ass.
There's an ass. Apparently the cops were arresting a larger black lady in the Piggly Wiggly parking lot.
Piggly Wiggly?
Yeah, there's
is
Piggly.
That is that an actual restaurant?
No, it's a grocery store.
Oh, it's a grocery store.
Yeah, it was down there on the right there on the main strip there.
I'm so glad she didn't
the
resist
ocean.
arrest.
Jesus.
Yeah, I don't need any holes in my fucking car.
We're all thinking about John here.
But yeah, it was no idea. Like Laura didn't get good enough a good enough vantage point to see what was going on, but she saw the entire ass of this lady just exposed to the world to see.
Hot.
That was nice.
Yeah,
You guys should at least threw like $1 out.
shoulda.
At the very least.
We'll see who picks it up. We'll be like, "Oh, this is for me. Thank you, Good Samaritan." And then
When I get out of these handcuffs, I'll go pick it up.
We went out to a couple blocks away to go to this sushi hibachi place. And I was really looking forward to it. Like, I was like, yeah, let's get some good food. I'm allergic to shellfish, right? So I have to get the beef or the chicken or something like that and just let them know in the kitchen. Well, we start walking, and I get a notification on my insulin pump saying, oh, your blood sugar's going a little low. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I do my thing. Like, I should be fine. And we're walking. It's a little bit of a hike away from the hotel. I probably would have just fucking drove if I knew where I was at, but it's whatever. It's first day there. Let's just take a walk. We walk by this lady in between two little bushes, and she's just laying there passed out, her arm like limp on her thing, and she still has the fucking tourniquet on her fucking arm.
Jesus.
And like she's fucked up, just out of it. And I was like, oh, look, that's so gracious of the city to hire tour guides.
Good Lord.
So we got our food, and it was one of the worst dining experiences I've ever had. It was
You
just
guys know how
fucking
to
bad.
pick them. Do you guys even look at reviews, or do you just like pick random spots?
No, this one my brother looked at the reviews. He said it was good.
Those are from like 3 years ago.
Turns
Just an
out,
off day.
like 80% of reviews are left by staff anyways for these places.
Oh wow, they must have a lot.
I mean, that might be a little bit of a stretch. Yeah. So we anyways we got to the restaurant, and the first thing I say is, "Hey, could I get a little thing of ice cream?" And the lady's like, "Oh, sure, yeah, we have ice cream or whatever. I'll grab you some. When do you want?" And I'm like, "Now, or like when you serve the drinks is fine." She's like, "Okay." And like, I have my insulin pump, like it's on my shirt or something, like it's displayable. I didn't really like make a big deal of it though, because I don't like making a big deal of it. It is what it is. She comes out with the drinks, doesn't bring it, and she's like, "Oh, that's right, I need to get you your ice cream."
Please.
At this point, and it took a long ass time for them to come. They have live music playing. There's only like 4 tables, and this guy is belting on this fucking piano, and he is singing so off key. But that was fine. Like, he thinks he's made it big in this little restaurant. He's playing his fucking heart out.
I made it, Mom.
I made it. Almost like
I'm playing in Myrtle Beach.
almost like 4 guys who do a podcast for like 50 people. Like, it's just a
Very
little
simple.
bit sad,
Little bit of a
but
parallel.
I don't know anyone like that.
Yeah, right. So anyways, they get like appetizer orders and stuff like that, and she comes out, and I'm like, I just look at her, and she looks at me. She's like, "Oh, I need to get you that ice cream." I'm like, I'm already starting to feel it, right? Like, I can feel gravity picking up. I can feel my arms like my shoulders are slumping. My brain's starting to like not think as clearly, and I'm like, okay.
At least she didn't want your email.
Yeah, right. She came through. She came through and picked and did refills for 1 or 2 of the people there. Didn't bring the fucking ice cream that time. And
So this is number 4?
This is the 4th time to the table, and I look at Laura and I'm like, "Laura, I need a granola bar." And she's like, "Oh shit." And she hands me the granola bar. Like, she was a little bit worried, but
Yeah.
I usually don't ask for things unless I really fucking need them. And at that point, it was to the point I fucking needed it. So anyways, I get the granola bar. I leave the fucking passive aggressively enough. I leave the wrapper on the table. I fucking showed that bitch.
Super passive aggressive.
Yeah.
Just like you though. In character.
Yeah, right. So anyways, yeah, we go ahead and order our food. Get like the worst steak experience. Like, they beat the fuck out of this meat to tenderize it, and it had just like a couple. It was like just little bits of beef connected with like tendon and stuff, and like you'd take like 2 or 3 bites and it'd start to disintegrate.
Yeah.
Food was kind of tasteless, and I already bolused for the meal, so I already took insulin.
You had to eat it.
I had to eat it. So I fucking ate all of the actual like noodles and shit, and I ended up talking to the fucking manager. I was like, "I don't want anything from you. I don't want my meal comped, but I just want to tell you about my experience here today."
Did he tell you too bad and refunded you anyways?
No, he didn't fucking refund me.
I wish that would have worked for me the one time. Do you have any more to your story? Like,
Yeah.
I'm talking to the manager before I go off rails.
No, go ahead and go off the rails. We'll come back to my thing.
Because there was a time that I went to a simple TGI Fridays, and it was just one of those experiences that like the person that was like waiting on me like seemed like they were fairly new, and like it was like little things here and there, and not all of it was even him. Some of it was just like the kitchen staff like messed up our orders and a couple things that he missed, and I was like genuinely like, hey man, listen. Have you been working here a while? He goes, no, I just started not too long. I was like, well, listen, we want to tell you as someone that has worked in customer service, just try to like pick up on these few things. And I think that you will give someone else a better experience and it'll be better for you. And immediately just goes like, no, I'll go tell the manager. Like, no, I don't want to tell the manager. Like everything came, like I got all my food and everything.
Yeah.
I just want to let you know, like, I think if you did these things, because if you don't know, you don't know.
Give you some feedback.
Yeah, and I was just trying to tell them, and they still refunded me. I was like, whatever, I'll take the free money. But I was just like upset because I literally tried and attempted to not have my stuff refunded, and it still worked out that way.
Yeah, no, I actually would have preferred that. I mean, I wasn't.
Oh, you would have wanted your money back, but
Yeah.
you're trying to be like nice about it.
Well, obviously,
I actually didn't care as much about the niceness. I actually do legitimately care that nobody else is subjected to their shitty ass food that orders that on vacation, because they're gonna get new tourists every
No one's sticking around.
Yeah, nobody's sticking around. So like, if I can do anything to fucking help that situation, make something better for somebody else, fine. Well, anyways, I let him know, yeah, I don't want my money back. I don't want anything from you. I just explained to him, my experience, and he's all like very cool about that or whatever. Anyways, so we leave there and we go walking back to the hotel, and we go by those two bushes, and we look over there.
Is that lady still there?
There's a sandal, like one of the thong style sandals, and a fucking sock left over.
She disappeared.
There's a sock and a fucking sandal. And we walk by there, and I look at my brother. My brother looks back at me, and he's like, hey, I guess she's saving her space. But yeah, Myrtle Beach was a fucking hoot.
Everything other than that was fine.
Yeah, everything else was great. We stopped at this real good place in Virginia. It was like Fredericksburg or something like that. But it was, I can't remember the name of the place, but man, they were good. A little pricey, but they're good.
Yeah, sometimes it's worth, especially on vacation. You gotta be willing.
I was like, I don't give a fuck how much I spend this vacation. Yeah, so it was good. Yeah, it was a good time.
Plan on going again, or do you want to go somewhere else next time you go on vacation?
The only problem with Myrtle Beach is the drive, but it is like it's a less like there's less. It feels like there's less people there than some beaches, like some
of the ocean cities and stuff like that.
So I think we will probably go down there. Plus, I have like my aunts from North Carolina, so like we all just drive that little bit extra to get to the beach down there. Right. So
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I'm glad you guys enjoyed yourself. Go ahead, Greg.
I'm gonna have that same take. Like, I don't care how much money I spend over the cruise. Granted, we won't be spending too much money because like our tickets are paid for, and if we get the drink package and there's other than like merch and stuff like that, there'd be nothing else we spend money for.
Yeah.
But
when you'll make stops though, right? Like the cruise stops somewhere. Like where does it go to?
It goes down. We board in New Jersey, and it goes all the way down to Florida.
Okay, so just Florida. You're not going like outside the United States, like to the Bahamas or anything.
No.
Okay. I mean, wherever they dock up to, you might want to get something there. Yeah. Fair enough.
You say that money's not going to be an object, Greg, but I'm a pretty much a saver. Like I like to save money. You've been working so hard for the podcast working so hard for your wedding and all that all this time. Like that money that you worked to put up, like you're probably gonna want to try and hold on to that money and appreciate it more. So even though you're saying you're not going to make financial decisions, you probably will make decisions somewhat financially.
I'm gonna blow it in 5
Yeah,
seconds.
like even I talk a big game, like money's no object, but really I was like, do I really need to get wine, or could I just get like a soda, like that type of thing.
This the second job, it's a decent job with decent money. Like I wouldn't be able to have it as like my first job, but the fact that it's just like I say free money because like I don't need it to survive, but that extra money coming in, I might just work there past the wedding, just because like it's working out for you. Yeah, it's just just money.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Like, it's easy for me to talk about it because, like, I realize that just getting overtime isn't as easy at other jobs. Well, I've been working in shift work forever, so like, there's always some people that need to be filled in. So like, that's how I feel about like whenever I do doubles. Like, it's money that's so easy that you just like do it anyways and just whatever. But like, you aren't doing. How long are you usually working there now? It's just a restaurant gig. What are you doing? 8 or 6 hours?
Oh no, it's I go in at 5 and the shift ends at 9 because that's when the kitchen cleans up, but you still have to like clean up.
Yeah.
So against what I was told, I'm there usually like 10 o'clock.
Oh, you're like there till 10, so you're getting like a solid like 5.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, that's awesome. You know, just getting extra cash compared to like your regular 40-hour week. That's good.
Yep.
Because I always think about that kind of stuff when it comes to like what you guys are doing, like how much you're saving. Because like anyone that has to go through a wedding, they know how expensive it is. If you kept up this routine and saved money and like had it like stashed back for whatever you wanted, that'd be nice. I'm working on that myself, so I get it.
So like that's a good thing, but I'm also a man of whenever I do something really good, I do something really bad too.
Oh yeah, you have to.
I'm a middleman.
Yeah,
like with compliments. You know, if I give Tiffany a compliment, I give her something and bring her back down. You know what I mean?
Balance it out. That's smart. So you're usually spending money somewhere else along with saving.
So once this wedding's over with, all that money is just going straight towards the credit card I have, and I'm just gonna go hog wild.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've because like this kind of like the whole used to be rule of thumb thing used to be 3 months worth of bills.
For what?
For like having in your savings.
For savings. Yeah.
And I remember laughing, saying, "Who the hell is gonna have that much money in savings?" Now this is like me first starting getting out of college, and I was like laughing about it. Now that I'm more established and like people know, if they know me, like, you know, Kayla stays at home with the kids and I'm just the only income. I've already reached the 1 month part. And I'm like, if I just like stop spending on stupid shit and I start saving and just like remember that I have money that I have to stash back, I could easily get to the 3 month mark and like just be sitting there with like stupid amount of money, but I just know that's just there in case of stupid shit.
I'm almost there.
For 3 months?
Yeah.
I
have enough for like probably like 2.5.
Is that for the wedding or is that for just like extra stuff too?
Oh no, this is extra.
Oh wow, you guys are doing really good then.
Yeah. So so it was my Best Buy card. No, I had the Best Buy card. I had the podcast mics on here, the mixer, all that stuff on there. And I was getting to the end of the 1 year with no annual interest rate.
Right.
And I haven't had a credit card until like 2 months ago.
They end up trying to give you all the stuff at the end, like all the interest.
Oh, well, they were going to.
Right.
But I overestimated what it would be like. And I was, you know what? So I like drained my whole savings. I paid the card off because I didn't want to like pay more money down the line.
Right.
And I was so terrified. Every fucking day I was so scared. Like, oh, fuck, what if my tires go now? What if, you know, something else goes, the fridge, something like that?
Yep.
We would be fucked. But I'm bouncing back and, like, I'm at the 2.5 range.
Yeah.
Speaking of fucking appliances going wrong.
Oh, shit.
I had to step away because I got a call from Laura twice in a row. So, apparently, what happened... Why does this crazy shit happen while we're doing the podcast? Anyways, she was doing laundry. She put a fucking blanket in the washing machine, which she's in her defense, she's washed this blanket in this washer before. It's worked fine. Well, the drum of the washer decided to Kool-Aid man its way out the front of the fucking washer.
What?
Yeah, she sent me a picture. I'm gonna get one when I get home.
Oh gosh!
But it just
all the way out there.
it fucking rocked that freaking washer like a good like 2 feet from the wall and fucking like torqued it to the side. And the front's just fucked.
The front's out.
Yeah,
I was about to say because usually like when it like gets lodged in one part, it like moves it around. Because, like the weight moves it.
Yeah, and it goes blah, 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 and starts kicking and stuff. No, it Kool-Aid manned itself out the fucking front of the washer.
Oh, you have one of those front load washers.
No, it's a top load.
What the
That's why
hell?
it's fucking scary. I'm like, she's like, yeah, I was just upstairs sitting watching TV with the cats, and I heard an
can see
awful
her just
rocket
watching
downstairs.
TV, you just hear blah, blah,
And she's
blah,
like,
blah.
she's like, what should I do with it? And I'm like, did you unplug it? Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, maybe turn the water going off to it, but that's can't really do much about that. We're just gonna get a new washer.
If there's water still in it, you're going to get that out. That's probably about the only thing you have to think about.
Yeah, because you're
I'll
not
deal with
lifting
it when I
it
get
out of the
home.
house unless
Yeah,
you do
you want
that.
that blanket out, man. That is a heavy ass blanket.
Yeah.
Well, you can
It's a
you can
weighted
just.
blanket.
Fortunately, it's on our basement, so I can just undo that plug in the bottom of it and let it all
Yeah,
just
you have the
drain
drain.
out the bottom. Yeah.
That's one benefit of living up here is a basement that you can just throw water all over.
Yeah.
The place like
Nobody gives a fuck about basements around here. Most of them are dirt, but you know.
yeah, you gotta start getting them concrete basements.
Yeah. Ours has concrete slab, but it takes water on
The further south you get, the more I realize that, like, I don't know if it's further south, but like you go down south and they don't have basements.
Yeah. That's
was like-
same way in California.
Yeah, I was eyeing up South Carolina at one point, and I'm like, where the hell's their basements? At?
You're trying to leave us.
I was trying to leave us.
Oh fuck.
Yeah,
That seems
somewhere where
to
there's
be
no
like the theme this
Yeah.
year.
this was a while ago. This wasn't recent.
Just fucking move down south, I guess. Fuck.
Yeah, just go somewhere where it's warmer. That's fine. Yeah, I didn't realize that. But yeah, we were just talking about saving money, and you did because you've had it like back in high school. You had a savings account, correct?
Yeah.
I did not. I never lived like that, and I learned now that you should probably learn how to save money early on because I never knew that concept to save my life. I was living with $30 in my bank account, waiting for my next paycheck. Going,
Well-
oh, thank God I made it.
I don't think you're cutting yourself enough slack
Why?
because you have a lot of magic cards, and one could argue that is kind of like having a savings account.
But
Well,
this is
that's an
now.
investment.
Oh, right.
This is I'm talking about like when I lived in like that apartment,
Yeah.
like when I first got out of college that
Oh.
you came over to. Like that's like the type of stuff like I had to cut out Dokkan because I got hooked into like
No, you cut out college, Taylor.
no, college was done, sir. I cut out Dokkan because I was spending like $30 a month and that was too much.
So let me ask you this:
Yeah.
what has that degree done for you?
Me? It
Yeah.
got me my job. It did.
Did it though?
Yes, because they required a 4-year degree or 3 years experience and I had half of both. Cuz I had a 2-year degree and a year
So
and a half
if you
experience.
would have just waited a little bit, you probably could have done it without the.
If I would
degree?
have waited another year and a half in my field, yes, I would have been able to get it.
I would have continued to play Dogen.
I didn't have the
You,
money.
you don't have that foresight to know that either.
I don't have the money.
You're right.
So like,
But
I never knew what a savings
now
account
since
was.
COVID, I'm sure they're just taking anybody off the fucking streets.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We just had an ad out. I reposted on Facebook if anyone looks for it. I'm like, and someone commented because you can tell who works at the prison because they're just talking shit on it the whole time. It was do they hire gumps, which is like our term for people that don't do anything. And they're like, yes, we only hire gumps. And then the one person goes, yeah, it's an equal opportunity employer. We have to employ
Fuck.
them. And it was just like them just shitting all over. It was great.
That's pretty funny.
I'm about to try, just to see.
I think you could. People and everyone that I think about, I'm like, no one wants to.
Well,
work at
you
this
better
place.
get better at selling that shit because you just sold and then unsold it right away.
Right.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a great job. But then, like, you
There you go.
Yeah,
That's all you need to
Okay,
say.
okay. That's a
anyone
great
that
job.
wants
period.
to work in the prison system has to know that you start out at the bottom and you work whatever shift they tell you and whatever days off they tell you, and you start telling people that, and you can tell them the money, and they're like, I'd rather have less money but have the weekends off.
Okay.
And that's how it works. And you start telling people about pension, and they're like, I don't give a shit about pension. I want money now, homie.
Yeah.
So it's a hard sell, and I have to find someone that's just like super young and that doesn't know anything, and then just like grab them. That's what I have to do. I can't find anyone with any like
So
24. I'm not getting them.
So you're backing grooming?
Yeah, sure, whatever you want to call it. Like finding kids and going, no, this is really good. Shh, this is really fun. This is gonna be great for you in the future.
Oh my! You're 17. Oh my god!
I see
Did-
that.
Have
see
you
that
thought about the
political
prison
lane.
You need to be
system?
21.
I see that political layup you're doing here, Greg, to try and get me involved, and I'm not taking the bait.
No, don't
John
do it,
just
John.
can see me like glancing over at him, like, "All right, Johnny."
Okay, John.
No, because I'm not getting started either. I'm not gonna go like, now let me tell you about no.
You know what? We need to violently agree about another topic.
We will soon.
I mean, like 90% of topics we violently agree about, and then it's like the 10% we have a little bit
Yeah,
different opinions on. Yep.
Bring that back. Greg, do you want to talk about your weekends at all? Do you have anything to talk to our listeners about?
Well, I was here last weekend.
I don't care about that. I care about the weekend before, like this Saturday.
Yeah, so I picked up Mario Strikers last weekend.
I heard it's great.
Garbage.
Hot garbage.
But Mario Strikers is such a classic.
Is it a classic?
I'm being really sarcastic. I
mean,
never played a soccer game in my life.
I would rather have the Mario baseball game than the soccer game.
Mario Tennis #1.
That too.
Oh yeah.
But like, so it's a brand new game, $60. Okay, I was like, it has to be good, right?
There's commercials for it.
Yeah, it has to be good. So it's one of those games where you have to like stare at your avatar the whole fucking time, because if you don't, you're gonna lose track. You have to know which character you are, and every single button on that fucking Switch is being used for something. And there's just so much shit to take in. I didn't like it at all. Like, I'm playing through the tutorial and I'm like, yo, fuck this. And I had my niece over and I was like, well, Aurora, I think I'm getting a refund. And I go and look at the policy for Nintendo, and they're just like, yeah, you should probably just watch game reviews before you buy something.
So like, there's no like 24-hour
fucked.
thing, because you bought the digital one, right?
Yeah.
So like, I feel like they should have had like a 24-hour.
Steam
like,
gives you 2 hours of gameplay.
2 hours of gameplay. All right, that's more realistic.
I think 2
for
hours
what
is
I
realistic.
would imagine they do. Yeah.
But, you
Because
know,
like the story games, you can play
Nintendo,
like,
you
get
just
done
burn
in an
right
hour
through
and a
it,
half.
yeah.
Yeah.
bunch of fucks.
Man,
they
that
don't make
sucks.
enough money off Pokemon. The hell?
Right.
You know, and they give shit to streamers trying to stream their games and stuff, and then they have this fucking refund policy. Fuck them. Fuck Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo don't know what they're doing, even though they're fucking astronomically rich. Fuck them.
And yesterday, the Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade came out.
That sounds good.
And I probably beat it in maybe about 3 hours. It's only 2 chapters long, which I was a little disappointed. But man, the visuals, fucking awesome. The voice acting they have is fucking awesome. The gameplay's awesome.
Staying up with what the standard for Final Fantasy is for the most part.
Oh, it's
Besides
above
Final
that.
Fantasy Online.
It's above that. Like, I like the graphics and the gameplay and everything of the first part of the remake versus Final Fantasy 15.
Is that the most recent one?
I think so. Yeah, 15's with Noctis. Yeah.
Okay.
Or is that 16? I don't
There's so
fucking
many.
know.
Stop keeping track after like 11 or after 12.
Yeah.
I thought you were my Final Fantasy
Clemency
guy.
Online.
I know he is. I thought you were too.
Yeah, I like the older ones. Yeah,
That's all right. Boomers. Gotcha.
yeah. I'm like, oh, this active battle system. Oh, I can't just like hit a keyboard command and then just wait for 3 seconds and then hit another one. Like, we got to do this in live action.
So, Greg, with the Strikers, do you think you're just not smart enough to play the game? Like, you just.
I mean,
like,
sure.
I mean, like.
That's a possibility.
I feel like I'll bet
It's above my IQ.
So, quick question: since you played, are you always the one with the ball, or do you have a set character and you hope the computer hits it to you, or you can control them passing?
So whenever, like, it's 5-on-5, but it's actually 4-on-4 because the goalie you cannot control.
Okay,
it's completely AI.
so you can switch your character.
You can. Or if a ball were to go to one of your computer out.
Good. That's why I assumed it would be. That makes the gameplay a lot better because you don't have to rely on AI.
But like there's dashes so you can like kick people and then they drop the ball, and there's no like there is a cooldown on it, maybe like a second or two that you can't dash again. But something in like that, the whole game is just sliding into people and then just passing the ball.
I think that sounds. I'll bet that a lot of soccer games go like that. I don't play FIFA, but I'd imagine the control system might be very similar.
I don't know. I remember playing I forget what FIFA game. Maybe it was like 13. I don't know. But yeah, right. But it was nothing like that at all.
I mean, like we're talking like almost a decade ago.
I mean, I've never watched soccer, but I doubt there's a bunch of fucking grown ass men just sliding into people.
Oh, you'd be surprised.
At that point, just play hockey, like a real man sport.
Hockey. Toothless man sport. Not. I mean, like I guess I can. I can identify with it a little bit, knowing that I can't handle real fighter games, like competitive fighter games, ones that you have to know the combinations to do, and you have to like hit all the buttons and all that. I can't do that. I'm not smart enough to do it. Whatever type of muscle memory you need to do those games, not for me.
Lots of practice.
I will take button mashing games any day. That requires you to dodge a little bit and start hitting it again. That's all I need. But I'm very simple. So
there's also this article I found. They took a sample size of 500 celebrities, and they wanted to figure out in what month are the hottest people born.
Oh, please tell me.
Do you guys want to guess what? We'll work from the bottom up. What do you think is the bottom?
Bottom?
Like what month are the ugliest people in from this sample size?
This can only make people mad.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, unless you're the top month. This one's got to be August. August is the worst.
I mean, based off your facial gesture, I'm gonna say September, but
Is it towards the end of the year?
So in 12th place, it's June. I'm sorry, John.
Oh, don't worry, my sister's in there too. Makes sense.
Fair enough. Yeah. Hey, my mom said, you're either pretty and you can have a nice looking face, or you can be smart. Can't be both. So I chose neither.
If you can't be beautiful. If you can't be beautiful, have something that'll get you through life, and
So
you're making it work. Good job.
11th place is July.
I'm still okay with this.
10th is May.
I'm still okay with this. It sounds like it keeps going up though. I don't like this.
9th is January.
Yes.
8th is November.
Yes.
7th is October.
Oh, my month's coming up next.
6 is March.
Oh, damn it! I'm ugly.
5 is September. 4 is December. 3 is February. 2nd place is August. And 1st place is April.
Now, this is based on just like 500 celebrities. Like, I don't know, like, we're getting really specific. Are they like attractive celebrities at least? Like, it's just 500 celebrities and they just put their months in.
Penelope Cruz.
It sounds like a TikToker.
Gal Gadot.
Oh.
Emma Watson.
Oh.
Brooklyn Decker.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, all right. They picked some good ones. Did they pick like females? Is Ryan Reynolds in there?
It has to be. Oh, Jessica Alba. Oh, Channing Tatum.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. So.
All right, so they diversify.
Paul Rudd, of course.
Paul Rudd is not that attractive. I'm not a good judge of men's.
I'd have sex with Paul Rudd.
I disagree.
How do you disagree?
He was on the magazine for it.
If you use the spectrum for the age too, like, how old is Paul Rudd?
Okay, is he good looking for his age?
Yeah. I think that's okay to say.
Like, if he looks younger, then yeah, because he's older. He's older, but he looks good, and he's older. Like, that's like
okay. So you have to have gray hair, but still look like you're a young
If you
person.
look like you're 30, but you're really 50, what does it matter that he's 50? He looks 30. Is he attractive 30-year-old? Like, I don't care. Like,
he's an attractive 50-year-old.
Like, Jennifer Aniston is hot.
Uh-huh.
She's 50, but she doesn't look 50. It's not because she's 50 she's hot. She's hot regardless. She looks like she's 28. So I don't think age comes into it.
Damn, she looks younger than me.
So,
isn't that weird saying?
No, because they have all the money, man. I started learning about all the different things that they can get. It's starting to make more sense. I don't know why more celebrities aren't attractive, to be honest with you.
Huh.
But anyways, I just think Paul Rudd, like, he's got money. Are we adding that into being attractive? I'm looking at just pure characteristics.
I mean, they're all celebrities, so they all have money.
Yeah, like there are people that think that money is attractive, like power.
Unless you're Amber Heard.
I would still slap cheeks with Amber Heard. I don't care how crazy she is.
Yeah, I would, but I probably wouldn't look at her though.
No, I can't look at her in the eyes anymore. I
watched Batman vs Superman and then the entire Justice League movie.
Oh, okay.
This past weekend. And, man, I fell asleep so many times. I watched the fucking Zack Snyder cut, and I'm sorry, DC fans, but it was fucking horrendous. I wish that was shortened down a lot.
And you're worried about me?
Bring it down to like 2 hours? Like,
Ooh,
fucking a 4-hour cut of that movie? Like, I don't need to see Bruce Wayne's fucking family die again. Everything you've done that on.
It's like Uncle Ben.
Yeah,
with
it's like
Spider-Man.
Uncle Ben.
What if someone doesn't know?
They can learn anything about the fucking character, or it's not that fucking important why he's fucking Batman.
Listen, if it's
Is
an
it that?
origin
Does it
story,
fucking matter?
It's an origin story. You got to do it. You got to show his parents and the multiple different ways that they can die.
The only story Batman has is how his parents died. That's it. That's the only story they tell.
Yeah, it's just like, who done it?
Who did it? Anyways,
I'm sorry that you put yourself through that.
no, that's okay. I was expecting the Justice League to have Shazam too. Like, I would have been okay with that.
Yeah,
But-
but like the actual Shazam, not like you using it as like a thing, like the
Oh,
character
yeah,
Shazam.
the Shazam. Because I saw the Shazam movie. That was really fucking good.
Is that because it was goofy?
It was a little goofy, yeah.
Right.
Like, all these other fucking... I didn't realize how fucking... All they want to make you feel is overwhelmed by big scary thing. And eventually that wears off.
Yeah,
Yeah. But
Eh.
it's okay.
not too bad.
Marvel figured it out. DC didn't.
Yeah, DC can't even copy the formula.
DC has
So
to
dumb.
steal the rejected producers and directors.
You know you're going downhill when there are people that are like, here's how to fix the DCECU, whatever it is, the DCU, the
DCEU?
DCMU
Ah.
movie universe, versus Marvel, which like we can't complain about you because you're doing a really good job. Like, you know, you're screwing up, DC. Get your shit together. Be competitive with Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some people that want to watch a Flash movie, I guess. Oh wait, there is a Flash movie just that came out, right?
It's not out yet.
It's not out yet. It's coming out.
Ezra Miller keeps fucking up.
Is it going to be Ezra Miller?
I hope not.
You know, I really do like Grant as the Flash in the TV series. I think you're giving Ezra Miller a little bit too much criticism. I think he did a fine Flash.
Yeah,
like, as
I
an
think he
actor?
did fine by punching that woman too.
Well, I mean,
Is
you
that
know,
what you're gonna say next, John?
Are you leading into
look,
this?
if we judge all of our heroes in movies based off the things that they've done in their personal lives, we're gonna run out of heroes because everybody sucks. But yeah, Ezra Miller just can't stop punching women. That's his downside.
Well, just let this be his last movie then. But like, at least let this one go.
They knew enough to get rid of Amber Turd.
Immediately.
Yeah. No, there were petitions. There's like 3,000. There are 3
Oh, for
million
Bruce
signatures
Campbell.
for Bruce Campbell.
Oh yes, to replace her completely.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, I would too.
Who's Bruce Campbell?
He's
Ash
on.
Williams?
Yeah, he's on Evil Dead.
No,
The guy with the chainsaw
Classic
arm.
movies.
I'm-
Yeah,
This is
Chainsaw
my
Arm.
boomstick.
I'm not sure
Didn't
if you're
watch that.
trolling me or not.
I'm not controlling you.
Okay,
I am genuinely ignorant.
There's a show, Burn Notice, he was on for a while there.
Didn't
He
watch
was,
that
he was
either.
good in that.
Face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh,
That's Bruce Campbell.
I can't imagine him in a green leotard though.
I want to.
I think that's the point, and I really want to.
I mean, like, yeah, it's gonna be funny.
Yeah, look at that gut. Mm.
We need to have a watch
See,
party
he
for the
looks
Evil
like
Dead.
he's
There's
his
enough
age.
people that haven't seen it that
Yeah.
should see it.
Old one or new one?
The old one. Yeah,
Yeah,
the new
the old
one,
one.
The new one, it's one of those gritty remakes where they make it really fucking vile and shit. And
Have you been playing the game recently?
I've been so busy with like vacations and being out, but I want to get back into it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Run around fighting
People
the entity
for
and
people
stuff.
that really like the Evil Dead, anyways.
I think it would be fun regardless, but I only see somebody who's like super into the Evil Dead buying it because
It's real goofy.
yeah, I mean, otherwise you aren't going to care too much about it.
Mhm.
But I mean, even if you don't know anything about the franchise, it still holds up as like a good game.
Yeah,
So, I mean, it's probably not as addictive as like Dead by Daylight, but it's at least another game like that. So that if you've had too much of Dead by Daylight and you want to play something else, it's a good game to pick up for a little bit.
yeah,
It's in kind of that same vein.
gotcha.
I got 2 coworkers from the restaurant I work at. I got them to play Phasmophobia, and
That was fun.
it was a lot of fun. The one guy, he has some problems with it being too laggy.
Is that the one playing it on the laptop?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But like he plays other games on his laptop and that run perfectly fine, that are more demanding than the specs for Phasmophobia.
It might be either his CPU or his graphics that are just not up to snuff for this game, whereas the other game, like, it didn't use that specific resource as much as. So it could be a couple things.
He plays a first person shooter that he runs just fine. I don't see that being more demanding than Phasmophobia at all.
I have to get John in there. Look at his laptop then.
Yeah.
There's no other way.
I
Or he just doesn't play Phasmophobia.
Yeah, I'm guessing maybe it might take a little bit of processing power for like the way you can like pick up objects and manipulate them, but aside from that, I really can't see it being that much more demanding than an FPS.
And plus, it's not like it's an old laptop. He bought it like a week ago.
That doesn't. They're pushing all sorts of garbage laptops out
Just
right
to push
now.
them out right now.
Yeah,
I told him to get a Steam Deck.
You can get a laptop from Walmart for $100 right now.
That's gross.
Yeah,
it can't be good.
It's on
more
the
of a Chromebook.
It's more of a Chromebook. It's on the Chrome OS. It's got 4 gigs of RAM and like 256 memory, which it's fine, but I'm sure everything runs like shit and like you can't play videos over like 720p.
Yeah, because I was looking into one of those tabs for Kayla at one point for like her doing her side gig, whatever.
Yeah,
and the more I kept on looking into them, like there's so many different things to them, and like if you get the Chromebook and you need the internet, it keeps on getting worse and worse. But well,
not only that, but some software and some devices aren't compatible with Chrome OS. So like if you have like Cricut printers or like certain printers that link to computers, you can't use them with it. You have to have a Windows computer or an Apple.
Right, and that's the same deal with like Apple computers. Apple, I wouldn't say like they have a similar book, like a MacBook.
Yeah,
a MacBook Air or whatever. Like they're gonna be the same deal. Like they're gonna have certain compatibility issues with it.
Yeah,
it's like I can't use Microsoft Excel.
But like 99%, like 90% of things you can use on both platforms.
Yeah, that's the good part.
Most things are cross-platform compatible. But yeah, like, some things just aren't as compatible. And the Chromebook, they don't bother to make as many things compatible with
I wouldn't get a Chromebook. The more I kept on looking at them, they're cheaper. They're a little easier to get that way if you're looking at money. But I couldn't spend the money on it.
Yeah.
Speaking of compatibility, did you? I want to say it was Australia. I could be wrong, but did you see that they are pushing some legislation to make it so that way all cell phone electronic companies have to use the same charger? Like you can't have the different iPhone and Android different chargers. Like they all be either USB-C or whatever Apple has.
I don't know if I like that or not.
You don't like the forced charging port?
Yeah, because at some point there's going to be a different standard to transfer data. Mm-hmm. People like the convenience of having their charge cord be able to transfer their data as well.
Yep.
So I think that might be a problem in the future.
So you don't think they could just like pending future technologies upgrading the chargers? But then I guess you have to tell all those companies to upgrade that one all at once too. But this is just for like one country.
Yeah,
they're being really particular.
So they're forcing basically backwards compatibility too with that. So like kind of like USB, like there's USB and then USB 2.0 and 3.0, 3.1, 3.5, all that.
Keep on upgrading USB.
So you would have to. I know we kind of use the standard of USB for computers right now, where most things are USB compatible, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like the best idea for phones in a long-term sustainable like type model.
Well, it's strictly convenience for everyone else. Because like I don't know how many times I forgot my charger and I'm like, hey, what do you have? And they're like iPhone. I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Like I get mad. I get super fucking mad because they don't.
You get mad because you forgot your charger.
Yeah, I get mad because I forgot my charger, but also the fact they don't have the same phone as me. Because and also the worst part is when someone has like an older phone and it's like the old USB.
Oh yeah.
Then they're garbage. But just the simple USB-C, which is something that is used in a lot of electronics, like the switches have a USB-C.
Yeah.
So like
Type-C adapters are good.
Yeah, you can use their chargers, or you can use your charger for your Switch, vice versa.
I think the problem with those is they only I could be wrong on this, but I think they only transfer data serially instead of in parallel.
You know more than I do about that.
Yeah, so I think they're going to end up being bottlenecked by transfer rates, and they're going to want something with more connectors inside. But I could be completely off base with that.
Who knows? I mean, like they change every 5 years.
Well, the thing is, if they force a standard, there might not be an option in the future. Like it might, that's the standard. So you can't upgrade or have that adaptability for those different types of ways to transfer data.
Right.
So
I don't know. I don't even know if it went through because like it's one of those things that like people saw on the internet, like this is finally a government doing something for the.
Is it gone for real?
It was like because like they had the Florida guy and someone else, and it was like a group consensus. They're like, yeah, I don't know if it's it will go fall back this year, and then they won't spring forward.
Oh,
yes, no more daylight savings time. Cool. It was like giving back an hour to everyone, and it's the good way too. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's cool. That'll be a neat thing to experience. That
the
one
whole
extra hour,
switch
Yeah.
over.
and then never having
Because
to
the
deal
whole
with that
fall
again.
back asleep, that's where you're gonna be right now.
Yeah.
So just look forward to it. Yeah.
So speaking of other countries, it is currently 14 countries that have banned the Buzz Lightyear movie.
Is that because of the gay kiss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Isn't that nuts?
That's nuts.
guess
I mean,
what?
it's expected though. Like Hollywood caters though to these companies that ban that stuff as much as possible. You look at like the Star Wars posters, and they remove the black guy. I forget what
same
he.
thing with Black Panther. They did. They literally covered his face. And
Yeah,
put a
in the
mask over
fucking
him.
movie pictures. Yeah, they're pretty racist over there. It's
But the thing about it is, like, you could say that, but they still, like, the country banned it, not Disney. Disney put out the movie knowing they weren't going to sell in those, right? So really, they didn't bend the knee to them, right?
in that scenario. Yeah, they
In this
didn't bend the
scenario.
knee, but typically Hollywood bends that knee
Technically.
real hard. Yeah,
Yeah,
because they want those extra viewers. Because that's a lot of viewers, a lot of eyes.
especially China.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I was watching some of the reviews. Oh, people go nuts. They're like, yeah, I just took my kid out to see this movie. Because, like I seen Toy Story movies when I was young. And so this is kind of like a nostalgia itch in bringing their, 8-year-old along to experience it with them. Cool. And they're like, and then these two homos kissed. What the fuck? I was like, oh my
Jesus.
yeah, like, jeez, man. It's a movie.
I mean, like,
Maybe watch reviews before you watch it.
I guess I want to, like, if
Take a
it's like
page from Nintendo.
if it's a raunchy kiss in a movie, but I doubt it was. I'm sure it was just
For
like,
a
Oh,
fucking kids movie, probably just Little Peck or
Yeah,
something.
it was like
yeah.
a kid.
Oh, no, I hope it was open mouth.
Stop. Good God.
At least give them something to be mad about.
Yeah, that's
All right.
fair. I mean, if they're
If
gonna-
that's your goal to
if
troll.
they're going to be
everyone.
Yeah.
outraged, then yeah, make it fucking worth it.
Fair enough.
That's terrible. But yeah, I mean, good for them for not bending the knee, but it is what it is.
So it might be safe to say there won't be a sequel or another prequel.
I don't know about that.
It was probably a calculated thing. Like they're like they probably knew that this was going to happen. So
Oh, can you imagine that? Like, they're creating this movie, right? But it was such a fucking hassle of making this movie that they're just like, I don't want to do another fucking movie like this. Make the two gay kids kiss. I don't want to make another movie.
Cause some drama. I don't want to do this. again. I like your idea. I doubt it happened because I feel like
No,
that would've
I
been-
doubt it happened that way, but
There's animators like, are you sure about
Real
this? Like
back-
is this the only reason? Greg's acting like it's just one fucking guy at a
Doing
wooden desk,
Directing everything.
hand drawing everything. He's like, yeah, fuck it, I'm just gonna pen this thing.
They're the one that does the whole
Minimizing the work of all these CGI ones. There's like 60 people like illustrating Buzz Lightyear walking one frame to the next. And he's like, yeah, it's probably just some guy with a fucking scissors and,
Like, I'm
and a
tired
pen.
of
And
this
just like,
shit.
yeah, I'm tired of this. Let's get the conservatives riled up and make the Chinese just hate us. Let's do it.
So good. So speaking of Toy Story, actually, we got to have our first kind of like movie night with just the family. It was like on Friday.
That's nice.
It was like the first time because like you can't get my boy to sit down for shit. Like he's a spaz. Realistically, he's on the spectrum. Real like low tier, not as bad as some, definitely worse than others. So like you can't get him to like calm down ever. But what you do is just like any other kid is you wear him the hell out.
Punch him right in the nose.
or you use
it
some of
stuns
that.
them, and they
Use
sit
some of that
down.
nap time.
Oh, dude, I would love some nap time. But so no, we got to do it. We almost went through the whole movie. Actually, my daughter was the one that was squirming towards the end, but I made sure to finish it, and we got to watch it, and it was really nice. And like anyone that has the opportunity with their family to do it, like it's those little things like that, like family movie night. I think that like long-term benefits of that kind of
Yeah.
because like even I enjoyed it, and I've already watched the movie. I love watching older Disney movies only because like maybe they have it in the new ones, but the adult jokes.
Oh yeah.
There was one, if anyone wants to rewatch Toy Story for any reason, it's like towards the beginning. there's the time where like they have the town meeting before Andy's birthday, and Woody's like doing all this stuff, talking, and he like slips it in because they thought the birthday was later. Like, and Andy's birthday is today. They're like, what's going on? And the dog's like, Woody, we know that you're the best, and you're gonna do this and that. And Potato grabs his mouth and like kisses his ass, and he's like pointing at him, making fun of him, calling him an ass kisser on this kid's movie. And I laughed hysterically. Like, you like that? I was like, yeah, I think that's awesome.
Yeah,
because the kids are like, why are you laughing so hard? But other than that, man, it was just, I have this whole week off. I'm getting some renovations done in the house.
Yeah.
Working on the bathroom right now. Installing the light above the mirror and the fan that has an MP3 player, like the fan for the exhaust.
Oh, fuck. That's awesome.
MP3 LEDs. It's going to be really nice whenever I can get it to freaking work.
Yeah.
Yeah, wiring is not my strong suit. I don't have one of those wiring.
LEDs is a slippery slope to creating your own PC, buddy.
having LED lights, you're basically building a PC, so you might as well get started.
Actually, you might have an easier time with building a PC than this whole wiring thing.
Especially if you can take those LEDs out and use them in your computer.
Like,
Saves you $1.
Just anyone else, I know the benefits of like family time. Like, I think it's really good that you do that with your kids, but you could also take that time and spend it being an epic gamer.
Yes. If I just like family later, gamer now.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, look, you'll have your family the rest of your life. You won't always have gaming.
That's true.
Yeah, you're right. Like that's exactly how the hierarchy works.
Think of it this way. How much time do you spend with your family while you sleep? Like, you're already putting your time in. How much do you sleep? Like 6 to 8 hours? Like the normal person? Like,
Mm-hmm.
You're spending time with your spouse at that time, and something, that's more family time, So
I don't know why I bring up good things with you people. Just bring it back down.
Speaking about being afraid while sleeping, so last night,
this episode might not go out. We might all just be dead.
We might be dead now. I don't even know.
If this is
that's one hell of a suicide note. So I go to bed at 2:30 this morning, and I wake up to the fire alarm going off at 5 in the morning, and I was so damn tired. Like, you ever get the feeling of being asleep for an hour and then having like someone waking you up really fast and you're just sluggish? I have
an insulin pump, so I know that feeling all too well. It's like, I'll just die, and then I just go back to sleep,
So I just hear like this loud ass fire alarm going off, and I'm just there laying like,
weird how they work.
Like wiping the crusties out of my eyes and shit, and I hear the cats, all fucking 4 of them, just going nuts
cats
downstairs.
Hate that. Yeah.
So I'm thinking, what the fuck? So I'm walking all over this house. Well, first I get to stop by removing one of the batteries. See anything? I don't smell anything. I take a look at the attic. That's okay. So I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is going on here. So I changed the batteries. I put new ones in, and I saw on like a Google article that said to like hold the test button, make sure it's running after you put the batteries in, and then it just starts screaming at me to evacuate, and then it says carbon monoxide 0 ppm. So it was just like a test thing.
I'm about to say 0 parts per million.
Yeah. And then I'm just there laying in bed. My heart rate's through the roof because I'm like, yeah, like this might be it. So I'm scrolling through like Facebook Messenger, seeing who's online. I'm like, oh, okay, no one I care about. So I guess like I'm gonna go down with my ship. I'm the captain, and I'm going down my ship.
I was literally just thinking that the fire alarm was actually a carbon monoxide detector because they usually come in both. And that's actually what's going on. Greg can't find a fire, and it's actually just a gas leak.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Yeah. He was telling me the story, and I was like, Greg, I've been here for 20 fucking minutes. Like, could you let me know that there's a chance of me dying
Greg,
earlier while I'm at your house?
I'm here for 20 minutes with this fucking headache. And you just tell me this now?
That is so good.
Well, I could take a nap. I am getting really sleepy.
So yeah, I played Russian roulette probably this morning, but you know what? I'm stronger because of it. It didn't kill me.
That's true.
Damn. So I have a question for the both of you for the end of this podcast, and you have to think about it. And I've already thought about it a while, so I have a pretty good.
Are we answering before we cut out, or are we just?
You can answer now.
Oh, okay.
You don't need.
Oh, damn! I thought we were going to get the week to think about this.
No.
Okay,
I've only
all
had the day, but I've also talked about it a lot.
All right.
Oh, boy.
So you can commit
Buckle up.
any crime. Now listen, you can commit any crime. You have to face the charges and everything for it after you're done. But that crime can never be committed again by anyone. So it just eliminates the crime off the face of the earth. Oh. What are you doing? It's a good one, isn't it? You could go. It really depends on what you want to do and what you want to eliminate and how far you're willing to go.
Yeah, and how far you're willing to go.
I already know.
What do you have, John?
I am going to maneuver my car to another lane
For the
turn without signaling.
John's here for the people.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
The problem is you have to get arrested for it. Like you can steal something, not get caught, but you aren't stealing.
So it's got to be bad enough that
you have to get
all
caught.
right,
You have
all right, okay, all right, all right.
Otherwise, you didn't commit a crime.
Well, I can get caught by a police officer signaling in front of me.
Away. Yes, good luck. But you got to get. You could get away with a crime. That's not that. You have to commit a crime. You know what I mean? Go to court, serve the sentence, whatever.
You know what? I'm here for the people.
What are you doing?
I would commit tax fraud.
That's a good one.
Well, no, it's nobody's able to commit the crime again, right?
Yeah. So no one would be able to commit tax fraud
anymore. That's
okay.
I mean, obviously there are going to be some parallels. Like, if you did murder, you can't prevent manslaughter, but pretty much any form of murder you're going to be able to prevent. So, tax fraud. I mean, anything diagonally juxtaposed to that. Yeah,
good guy, Greg.
So
that's a pretty good one. Yeah.
My initial thing is kind of like where I thought everyone's mind goes is like, I'll just commit murder. I'll find someone that deserves to die and I'll commit it.
No, sometimes people deserve to die, so I'm okay with that crime.
So I'm going to stop murder, but
well, maybe people shouldn't be talking shit.
So the other option
I
is
love talking shit
that
though.
You could literally go to like the further end where like you have people like forcing intercourse with people, and then the worst of the worst is, would you sacrifice yourself and would you commit pedophilia to prevent it from happening to any other kid ever again?
I may be looking at this a little bit calloused because I don't have kids myself, but no.
I don't think I could do it. But I see where like you are literally like, and you don't serve that long. And you're gonna be in prison for what, 7 years? You'll get out.
And are you telling your plans to this kid while you're?
Oh no one knows. You can tell them all day, but they don't believe you.
Yeah, who's gonna believe you after you just fucked a kid?
But then like you'll be known as the last
person.
Oh
no, nobody can fuck kids anmore. Yeah, you're just the last person to fucking do it. Okay?
No, I mean like during, like, are you whispering in his ear? No one's ever gonna do this to you again.
just this once. That's the worst part. So that is like, and like, it's funny because it's a fake scenario and you could say yes, but people are just going to judge you from then on, which makes it worse. Cause like you could say that, yeah, I would do that. And like, nothing's ever going to happen, but I still won't say that I would. Cause like, no fucking way.
Greg's over here pulling out his script of things that he said in the past.
Yeah. Just like, let me just rehash these old things.
I'll kill your parents.
So apparently, because this was asked by a coworker of mine who always does these scenarios with me, like would you rathers and what would you do? And he said that someone on the old TikTok, he said that he would lie in court. So that way, every time someone goes to court, they cannot lie. They're literally Jim Carrey from Liar Liar. It's kind of like how Greg did. Like that's like next level. I went to like heinous crimes, and he's like tax fraud. I'm like, that's brilliant. Like that's
yeah, that's a good one.
But yeah, like not being able to lie in court is a pretty good one as well. Like because that stops also like under oath. Like you lied under oath. So if you would take any politician, like they compulsively could not lie under oath. They would just be telling you the truth the whole time.
No, that's fair.
The world would be a better place.
Yeah, it would be. In this makeshift scenario that we just came up with, like that works.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
That's the kind of shit I want here.
Like I said, it doesn't stop right there. It's pretty good. So anyone that has a better answer, hit us up on our Discord and let us know what you think. Because like, I don't know, maybe you'll have a better answer than I had. But I think we all came up with some good ones. We're really here for the people.
Mine doesn't count, but it's okay.
Left turn signal. Nah.
Your heart was in the right place, John.
Yeah.
Slow moving in the passing lane. Like you just gotta like go 35 miles an hour till you get pulled over. and then eventually you do it. Like that would be a good one. No
That
one
would be
likes
a
the
good one.
slow person passing
Oh
lane.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You take like a, I don't know, like a fine on the chin, and then no one else does it.
Yeah.
That's all right.
No one will ever do it again. If you're in the passing lane, you will go above the speed limit and pass someone.
Oh, you know what? I might actually just get real fucking drunk and start driving.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I could do that, not hurt anybody.
Yeah.
Tell the officer, "Hello, officer, I'm drunk driving." They'll give me the breathalyzer. That'll pass it.
I don't
I'll
think
get
he
taken
would.
to the pokey.
You'd be like, "Officer, I'm drunk."
And then they'll be like, "I'll take you home, little buddy."
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
they'll take
fuck.
you home.
Right
You have
to
to like
your-
literally like crash into someone or something.
Or be black.
Hopefully something. Like, yeah, like pavement. So if you just crash and you sit there long enough, eventually a cop will come and arrest your ass.
Yeah, just like hit a barrier or something.
Yeah, like I know a family member that literally just rushed up onto a curb and was like laying there drunk, and the guy told him, "Hey, listen, you need to do this test, like walk this line." They're like, "I couldn't do that shit sober, sir." So, like admitting it completely.
Yeah.
So like, and then they went and spent the night in jail.
Yeah.
This is their first dewey.
Slip
But
it off.
like that's a good one. Like you would literally prevent drunk driving.
So many deaths.
Like yeah, they'd just be gone. John would fix everything.
You know, so you could also do just driving under the influence.
That's basically you get DUI, driving under.
Well, yeah. So I guess that would prevent like drug deaths too, like people who are driving like just other drugs.
Yeah, I mean, like,
alcohol.
good luck finding them. But yeah, so you couldn't literally get into a car after being intoxicated by anything.
Oh.
That'd be the way of doing it.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, nice little brain thing. Like
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
thought experiment.
It's questions like these that, like, we are the better God.
We're the better God.
Yeah.
Like we come up with the solution.
He created a shit world. He needs canceled.
hashtag cancel God.
Yep.
Good luck. It's like canceling Disney.
Yeah, both of them have fans that'll never let that shit go.
Never.
Yeah.
For let it go.
I want the blood of Christ.
So one last thing, Trigun, they're releasing a new movie coming out in 2023. So I'm super looking forward to that. No word on where it's going to stream, but July 1st, it looks like they're going to have release maybe a trailer, but more information in general. So I'm
That's a big thing.
super hyped up for that. Yeah, no, that's awesome. It's a very short anime. It's a little bit older, but it's definitely worth a watch if you don't mind the a little bit grainy of a picture.
Did you say it was a movie or a show?
It's a 26 episode anime, and they're just 20 minutes each.
Are they gonna-
super easy? But the movie's coming out. It's 2023.
Oh, that's what I mean. Like
that's a movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. I told you before. I'll try and watch Trigun. It's only 23 episodes. Same thing with like me trying to watch Cowboy Bebop. It's like one of those ones that are super short. Watch it. You'll be done with it, and you'll have an opinion at least. That's your own. Like you say, yeah, I do like this, or I do not like this.
Yeah,
I could sit through it.
I think the selling point of Trigun is the main character, Vash the Stampede. He's got a huge bounty on his head, and he's trying to escape the law. He presents as a peace-loving man who couldn't hurt a fly, but he's wanted for basically the murder of an entire city. So kind of starts with that, and there's a little bit of slapstick humor the first couple episodes, but it gets really serious, and then it's really good in the last half of it.
Awesome.
But it's still good in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Awesome. Look forward to it. We'll keep tabs on in 2023 when it comes out, and we obviously have to do a movie review.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. All right, man. I don't got anything else if you don't.
Nope.
All right, take it easy, guys.
Bye.
See you later.